Le participe présent et le gérondif. OK? Now, avant de faire le participe présent, first of all, these are two separate topics. These are linked also in some ways, but these are two different topics, le participe présent et le gérondif, right? Alors, avant de faire le participe présent, je vais vous expliquer. En fait, on va faire une petite révision de participe passé. You remember this? This we have done, the participe passé. Where did we do that? In passé composé. Like, for example, si le verbe c'est parler, quel est le participe passé du verbe parler?
Parler.
Parler avec accent. Voilà. Alors, si c'est le verbe finir,
Fini.
fini. Vendre,
Bon.
vendu. Oui. Attendez, j'arrive dans une minute. Le participe présent. Participe passé, pardon. Non, participe passé, c'est past participle. Right? Now, tell me one thing. When you were using participe passé in passé composé and also in plus que parfait, was it subject specific or was it changing with every subject? Let's say if I want to conjugate the verb parler, comment vous allez conjuguer le verbe parler au passé composé avec je?
J'ai parlé.
J'ai parlé, très bien. Avec tu?
Tu as parlé.
Alors, parler, ça ne change pas. C'est invariable. Oui, n'est-ce pas?
Oui.
So, participe passé don't change as per the subject, they are constant. Similarly, talking about le participe présent, that is also not subject specific. That remains constant with every subject. Right? Alors, comment vous écrivez le participe présent d'un verbe? Là, il y a trois étapes. Première étape, premièrement, vous allez prendre la conjugaison. Oui, vous allez prendre la conjugaison du verbe avec nous au présent. Deuxième étape, vous allez barrer. Qu'est-ce que vous allez barrer?
ONS.
ONS. Et puis, vous allez ajouter ANT. Et voilà. Alors, par exemple, c'est le verbe boire. Quelle est la conjugaison du verbe boire avec nous au présent?
Bourbon.
Nous buvons. Après, vous allez barrer ONS, c'est votre radical. B-U-V. Et puis, vous allez ajouter ANT. Alors, buvons, c'est le participe présent du verbe boire. Boire. Nous, voyons. Alors, participe présent, c'est voyons. Pronunciation is same. Buvons, buvons. Voyons, voyons. Venir. Nous,
Venons.
venons. Très bien. Alors, V-E-N, V-E-N-A-N-T. C'est bien. Vouloir. Nous,
Voulons.
voulons, nous voulons. OK. Et là, vous avez des exceptions, mais il y a seulement trois exceptions. Le verbe être, le verbe avoir et le verbe savoir. Le verbe être, participe présent, c'est étant. Avoir, ayant. Savoir, sachant. Okay, these are the only three exceptions. And now let's come on to the usages. Where exactly do you use participe présent? Okay. Premièrement, pour remplacer qui plus verbe. Par exemple, je vois les enfants qui jouent dans le parc. Alors, est-ce que vous voyez qui plus verbe? Now, you can also say, I see the children who are playing in the park, but this is like A2-ish. if you want to show your level, if you want to elevate your level, you can say, I see the children who are playing in the park. I see the children playing in the park. So you can simply use the participe présent of this verb. Alors, je vois les enfants
Jouant.
jouant dans le. Voilà. J'ai vu une femme y porter une robe rouge. Encore. Qui plus? Verbe. I saw a lady who was wearing a red dress. I saw a lady wearing the red dress. Alors, j'ai vu une femme
Portant.
portant une robe rouge. Troisième exemple. Je connais cette fille qui vend des fruits. Encore. Qui plus verbe. I know this girl who is selling some fruits. And I know this girl selling some fruits. Alors, je connais cette fille
Vendant.
vendant des fruits. Now, whenever I do this topic, it reminds me of one sentence. When I was in my B2 level, I remember we are taught basically how to write the formal letter in B2 if you do it level wise. So when I was in my B2 level, our professor gave us a letter to write, and each student's letter was being checked in the class. Okay, it was there on the board. So I wrote a sentence in my letter. Je vous écris cette lettre en tant que mère de Céline, étudiant dans votre école. Okay. Now, while it was getting corrected in the class, there were students who were saying that this étudiant is incorrect. As per them, it should have been étudiante. What do you think? It should be étudiant or étudiante. If étudiant, why? If étudiante, why? It means I'm writing you this letter as. En tant que means as mother of Céline.
This
Voilà.
étudiant is verb
Étudiant.
officer.
Étudiant ou étudiante?
Mm,
Étudiant.
Why
Étudiant.
étudiant? Now, as per them, the reason that they gave was that I'm using this for Céline. So, we say un étudiant pour masculin et une étudiante, c'est féminin.
Here it means studies.
Here it means studying. I have not used as a noun. I have used it as a participe présent. Actually, I wanted to say this. Je vous écris cette lettre en tant que mère de Céline, who is studying in your school. So I wanted to say this, qui étudie. Now I replaced this combination. Pardon, yes. So I replaced this combination by using the participe présent of the verb étudier, which would be étudiant. Isn't it? That is another thing, that the participe présent of the verb étudier resembles to the noun that we already know. Yes or no?
Oui.
So this is different from this. Here I wanted to say, I didn't want to say, like I could also have said this way, I'm writing you this letter as the mother of Celine, a student in your school. Then it would have been this, but I didn't want to say this. I wanted to say this, right? Now, which makes me take you to a topic. I don't know. Yeah, I think I told you. There is this book called Practice Makes Perfect, which I told you in the beginning, I believe. Practice Makes Perfect. I forwarded you the... Yeah, here it is. The grammar book for this. Right, so here they have explained this very beautifully. I have to check. Yeah, here it is. The present participle and the gerund. À la page 126. Voilà. Le participe présent et le gérondif, the present participle and the gerund. Okay. Now, if you see over here, first they have told you how to make participe présent. You write with no, then you remove ONS, then you put ANT and all that. Then they told you some exceptions, right? And then they have told you the usages of it. If you see this usage, this we have just done. The present participle can also be used as a verb. Now, when I say that it is replacing key plus verb, the whatever is coming out is also a verb. Like, I know this girl selling the fruits. So selling is also a verb. So here, being the police saw him entering in the medical laboratory. So that's entering. We are using it as a verb. Now there are two other usages of it. That participe présent can also be used as nouns. Just like the way, I mean, here we are not using it as a noun, but we can use it as a noun when we say un étudiant. It resembles exactly to the noun form. I can give you one more example. Je connais cette fille qui habite dans la deuxième rue. Qui plus verbe.
Habitant.
Habitant. Now, here we are using it as a verb, living in the second street. But that's also a noun that resembles a noun also. Like a resident is known as un habitant. Femina, une habitante. So they are saying that participe présent can also be used as nouns. Like for example, the verb is gagner. Gagner. So what is the participe présent of this verb?
Gagnant.
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 So if you want to use it as a verb, it will replace key plus verb. But that's also a
Noun.
noun. So a winner is known as gagnant. Okay. Let's say perdre. That's to lose. Quel est le participe présent?
Pardon.
Perdons. So un perdant is known as a loser. Okay. So not all the participe présent can be used as nouns. That you will have to observe. Right? But when it is used as a verb, now here, like for example, we are using it as a verb. Do we accord it?
No.
Here I used studying for Celine. It was Celine who was studying. I didn't use étudiante. But had we used it as a noun, then we would have said une étudiante. Make sense? So when used as a noun, the present participle that changes according to gender and number. That can be plural also. If you want to say some winners, you'll say they gagnent. Clear? Yes, no?
Oui, madame.
Okay. Now, many participe présent can also be used as adjectives. For example, let's take the verb amuser. What will be the present participle of this verb?
Amusant.
Amusant. Now, that's also an adjective. Amusing, amusant, amusante. So let's say if you want to say an amusing film. Now, film,
Amusant.
amusant. But it's not used as a Rekha, you will have to, yeah. Right. So, but you cannot, can you say this? Un amusant or une amusante? Is there anything which exists like this? No. There's nothing like this. It's used as an adjective. Similarly, if you want, okay, what is épuisé? Je suis fatigué, je suis épuisé. Exhausted.
Très fatigué.
Voilà, exhausted. Très fatigué, c'est épuisé. So épuisé, which means to get tired, that's a verb. So what will be the present participle of this?
Épuisant.
Épuisant. And that's also an adjective. The exhausting matches. They match épuisant. And since it's an adjective, you will accord it. For example, adjectives you accord. So, like for example, if you want to say a beautiful lady, you'll say une belle femme, right? So, like the way you accord the adjectives. PS was feminine, so amusante. If there is anything which you have not comprehended, please let me know. Okay. Now, coming upon the next usage of participe présent, and that is pour exprimer la cause. Okay. Si, ok, je vais écrire une phrase. Je mangeais tous les biscuits parce que j'avais faim. Here there are two parts of the sentence. One is j'avais faim, another is j'ai mangé tous les biscuits. Est-ce que vous pouvez me dire quelle est la cause et quelle est la conséquence?
Cause, j'avais faim.
Exactement. Alors ça, c'est la cause. Et la conséquence, c'est je mangeais.
J'ai mangé.
Now you can say this cause by using participe présent. In English, I ate all the biscuits because I was hungry. I can also say being hungry, I ate all the biscuits. So that ways you are avoiding parce que plus subject. Right? So this is the verb
Avoir.
avoir. Alors quel est le participe présent du verbe avoir?
Ayant.
Ayant. Alors, ayant faim,
Faim. J'ai
j'ai
mangé.
voilà, j'ai mangé tous les biscuits. See, you can very well say by the first way also. But how will you elevate your level? That's how. Okay. Il parle couramment la langue française parce qu'il a fait un séjour en France. Où est la cause ici?
Il a fait un séjour en France.
Exactement. No. He fluently speaks French language because he has done a stay in France, right? So you can avoid this. Parce que plus subject. Now, which verb it is? This is which verb? Tense.
Passé composé.
Tense is passé composé, but what is the verb? Which verb
Avoir.
it is? Avoir?
Non? Il a fait
Avoir is
passer
the auxiliary. But for which
Ah,
verb have you
faire.
written faire? Exactly. You have written the passé composé of the verb faire. Now, how will you write the participe présent? Quel est le participe présent du verbe
Faisant.
Voilà. Faisons un séjour en France. Il parle
Parle
couramment la langue.
couramment la langue française.
Voilà, exactement. Faisons. Now, one step ahead. He fluently speaks the French language because he has done a stay in France. Doing a stay in France, he fluently speaks the French language. This is one. You have in this one, you have treated the verb faire. Now, can you also say, having done a stay in France, he speaks fluently the French language? Because the person has already done it. So you can also write participe présent in the past form. How? In that case, which verb it is?
Avoir.
Avoir. So you'll write the participe présent of the verb avoir. Ayant
Ayant.
fait. Ayant fait un séjour en France, il parle couramment la langue française. Both are correct, but I would say the second one is more correct because this is a past action. Isn't it? Another example. Comme je ne sais pas nager, je ne peux pas vous aider. Where is the cause here?
Je ne sais pas nager.
Exactement. So what is the verb that you're going to write the participe présent of?
Savoir.
Savoir. Et le participe présent du verbe savoir, c'est
Sachant.
sachant negatively. As I don't know to swim, Vasudha, the question which you were asking, I don't know how to swim. We don't say je ne sais pas comment nager. Je ne sais pas nager. As I don't know to swim or how to swim, I cannot help you. Not knowing how to swim. So ne,
Ne sachant pas
exactement. Ne sachant pas
nager.
nager.
Je ne peux pas vous aider.
Exactement. That's how you can negate it. Next. J'ai écrit cette phrase parce que j'ai bien compris le participe présent. Où est la cause ici?
J'ai bien compris.
Exactement. Now this will be avoided. Past plus subject. Which verb it is?
Comprendre,
Comprendre. Quel est le participe présent du verbe comprendre?
comprendre,
Comprenons.
Comprenons. Comprenons bien le participe présent.
J'ai écrit cette phrase.
Voilà. So this would be like, I've written this sentence because I've well understood the participe présent. Understanding well participe présent, I have written this sentence. Right? Now, can you write this in past tense also? I think that's better. Having well understood. And how would you write that?
Ayant compris.
Ayant bien
Ayant
compris le participe
le
présent.
participe présent. J'ai écrit cette phrase.
Both are correct, but the second one is more correct. Okay? Quand je suis sur un autre appel, je ne peux pas vous aider maintenant. Où est la cause?
Je suis sur un autre
Appel. C'est bien. Allez, dis-moi la phrase.
étant
Très bien. Étant
sur un autre appel.
sur un autre appel.
Je ne peux pas vous aider maintenant.
Exactement. So as I'm on another call, I cannot help you right now. Being on another call. Voilà. Nous allons nous reposer toute la journée parce que nous nous sommes promenés le matin. Où est la cause?
Nous sommes promenés.
Exactly. Now, which verb it is?
Se promener.
So, that means for the first time, now we have pronominal.
Promener.
Now tell me, here you have in the sentence, the verb se promener has been conjugated in which tense?
Passé composé.
Passive composite, right? So you will write the present, I mean, this one also in the past. So that how will you write? See, if you observe this, how were you doing? The auxiliary verb was
Avoir.
avoir. So you wrote the participe présent of the verb avoir. Here, what is the auxiliary verb?
Être.
Because all the pronominal verbs, they go with.
Être.
So you will write the participe présent of the verb
Être.
être. Alors, étant, and then you're
Promener.
writing promener, exactement. You'll accord it also. Étant promener le matin, nous allons nous reposer toute la journée. Now, there is one thing which is missing just over here. Since it's a pronominal verb, do you see that there were two nous? One nous to you will cancel because you avoid particle plus subject, but one nous is still there. So that you will say, nous étions promener le matin. That's how you write the participe présent of the pronominal. right? J'ai fait la grasse matinée. Alors, vous comprenez ce que c'est faire la grasse matinée?
Slept in.
Comment? Yeah, to
Slept
sleep
in.
in. Exactly, to sleep in. So, to get up late than your regular habit. Okay? Parce que je me suis couchée tard hier. So I slept in. That means I woke up late in the morning because I slept late yesterday. Now this is your cause. So what is the verb?
Se coucher.
Se coucher. How would you do it now? Tell me.
Mettez,
Mettons.
mettons.
Mettons
Coucher.
coucher. Now I've used the feminine version for me. Mettons coucher tard hier.
J'ai fait la grasse matinée.
The last example. Parce que mes parents sont en retard, nous ne sommes pas partis. What is the cause here?
Mes parents sont
Mes
retardés.
parents.
Okay, change the sentence now. Change the sentence.
Mes, mes parents étaient en retard.
No, but you avoid participle plus
Ah.
subject, no?
Étant,
Étant en retard, nous ne
Nous
sommes
ne
pas
sommes
partis.
pas
Now
partis.
there is a twist. The Manjeet which you were saying was actually correct. Now, do you see till now, whatever examples I gave you, in the cause and in the consequence, it was the same subject. Je,
Oui.
je. Il, il. Je, je. Je, je. Here also. Nous, nous. Je, je. This was the first time that the consequence has a different subject and mes parents has a different subject. I mean, both the cause has a different subject, isn't it? So when I say, let's say I ate all the biscuits because I was hungry. So I said, being hungry, I ate all the biscuits. So this is very well clear that for this also the subject is I only. We can avoid it. But here when I say being late, we did not leave. Then if you will not write the subject over here, it would mean
Nous
the
was
subject
late.
is no only over here. But since the subject is different, you will have to specify that. Mes parents étant en retard, nous ne sommes pas. Let me know if it is not clear. So in the case where you have two different subjects, you will have to specify the subject. Ok, maintenant, on va faire une question. Je vais vous envoyer des images sur la chaîne Telegram. Ok. 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 Alors, vous allez faire question 1 et question 2. Question 1. It's the same question that we were doing. Parce que j'ai faim, j'ai mangé des biscuits. Alors, ayant faim, j'ai mangé des biscuits. This one you'll be able to do? You'll do it right away. And then second question. Now, over here, you will have to reframe the sentence, remake the sentence by replacing the words in the bold letters by the participe présent. How? The Father Christmas, that means the Santa Claus has arrived there. He is carrying the beautiful gifts. Now, how can you say? You can say the Father Christmas has arrived there
Portant.
carrying the beautiful gifts. So actually, this sentence could have been written in this way also, like the first usage, which we were saying. Qui plus verb. You could have also written the sentence in the way Le Père Noël y est arrivé qui porte de beaux cadeaux. Now, qui plus verb would be avoided by saying the
Participe présent.
participe présent. Exactly. He looked at his mother in the process of preparing the dinner. Alors, he looked his mother preparing the dinner. Alors, il a regardé sa mère. This could have been also written by this way. Il a regardé sa mère qui prépare le dîner. So, il a regardé sa mère préparant le dîner. C'est bien?
And the first one, can we even say portant de beaux cadeaux, le Père Noël y est arrivé?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Carrying the beautiful gifts, the Father Christmas has arrived. Or the Father Christmas has arrived carrying the beautiful gifts. Okay? His father knows the truth. He was angry. So now you could also have you'll say it as knowing the truth, he was angry. You can also say son père était fâché. This is more like this usage, cause. This is the cause, no? Because his father knows the truth, he was angry. So you'll say knowing the truth, he was angry. Sachant la vérité, il était fâché. C'est bien? Now, you will do question 1 and question 2 right away. And then we'll dismiss it. Ali, commencez. I've sent it to you on the Telegram channel. And then I've sent you the notes as well for participe présent and gerundive. Here. I'm giving you 10 minutes, Ali. Ok, alors, ici, j'ai écrit sur la chaîne Telegram, j'ai écrit des réponses correctes, des corrigés. Now again, giving you, je vous donne encore 5 minutes. Vous allez corriger vos phrases vous-même et souligner les phrases où vous avez fait des fautes. Just underline the sentences where you've done the mistake. After 5 minutes, wherever you have discrepancy, just let me know, we'll check it together, right? So 5 minutes more. Go ahead, please. Allez, dis-moi si vous avez des questions. Any questions? Any problem? Otherwise, I'll begin with le gérondif. No, it's absolutely fine. Yes, no, please let me know so that I can continue.
Oui, madame.
Oui, madame.
Oui,
Ok,
madame.
c'est bon. Après, le gérondif. First of all, how do you write gérondif? La préposition en plus le participe présent. C'est le gérondif. Okay? When you precede participe présent with the preposition en, it becomes gérondif. So, conjugation wise, they look. Okay, let's look at this. Quel est le gérondif du verbe boire?
Buvons.
Bonjour.
On bu. Buvons is the participe présent. Gérondif is on buvons. Voilà. Boire,
En voyant.
au voyons. Venir,
En venant.
venons. Vouloir,
En
en,
voulant.
très bien. Être,
En étant.
En étant.
en étant. Voilà. Avoir,
En ayant.
en ayant. Savoir,
En sachant.
voilà. Exactly. So you see, it resembles to participe present only in the looks, not in the usage. Usage is completely different. There are 4 usages of gerundive. In your book saison A2, they have just explained you 2 usages. Then in your B1 book, they have explained you 2 more usages. All 4 of them together, but we are going to do all 4 of them together. Okay? On commence par premier. On utilise le gérondif pour montrer la simultanéité de 2 actions faites par le même sujet. Par exemple, je chante, je fais la cuisine. To show the simultaneity of 2 actions done by the same subject. I sing, I'm making food. So 2 actions done on the same time, simultaneous actions, and this is very important, it should be done by the same subject. How can you reframe this sentence? How can you join the 2 sentences in English, not in French? I sing, I'm making food.
While making the
I
food.
sing
While making the
while
food.
making the food. So that while making is actually gerundive. Okay. Now this you will have to see, will you make the gerundive of this sentence or this sentence? That you will have to speak. You'll have to see. I sing while making the food or I make the food while singing. What suits better? I sing while making the food. So je chante
En faisant.
en faisant. Gerundif du verbe faire. En faisant la cuisine. You can also rearrange the sentence. You can also say, while making the food, en faisant la cuisine, je chante. But here you'll put a comma. Is it clear? Another example, let's say, j'écoute de la musique, je voyage. I listen to the music, I travel. How will you say that in English?
I listen to the music while traveling.
Exactly. I listen to the music while traveling.
Travel.
So, j'écoute de la musique
En
En
voyageant.
en
voyageant.
voyageant. Or else you can also say en voyageant.
J'écoute de la musique.
En voyageant. J'écoute de la musique. Voilà. Next. Roger dessine. Il regarde la Tour Eiffel. So Roger is drawing. He's looking at the Eiffel Tower. How would you say? In
He's
English.
drawing while looking at the
Exactly. So he's drawing. Roger dessine
on Ricardo.
en regardant by looking at the Eiffel Tower. Okay. Now one thing. See, when we were doing participe présent, here, let me know, was there one subject or two subjects? I see the children who are playing in the park. Of course, here also there are two verbs. That means there are two actions. One is to see, another is to play. It is
Two
done by
subjects.
two subjects because I am seeing, and who is playing in the park?
Children.
Children. So two subjects, right? I saw a woman who was wearing a red dress. So and who was wearing? It was a lady. Again, two subjects. Look at the cause. Here you have two same subjects also. But I gave you the example wherein you had two different subjects also. So can I say that participe présent can exist with two same subjects also and two different subjects also, depending from scenario to scenario? Can I say that?
Oui.
But with gerundive can never exist with two different subjects. Okay, not just in the first usage, but we are going to do three more usages in those also. With gerundive, you cannot use I mean, if there are two different subjects, gerundive cannot exist. Okay, so sometimes students get confused that let's say if there are fill in the blanks, and students tend to get confused in this, should I put participe présent or should I put gerundive? So I always say that first of all, you should know the usages by that. But the first thing is that see that are there two same subjects or are there two different subjects? If there are two different subjects, then though it's very, very clear that you cannot use gerundive, then you would use you're bound to use participe présent. But if there are two same subjects, then it can be gerundive also, then it can be participe présent as well. But in that case, you will have to look at the usage. Right? Okay. Je bois du thé. J'assiste au cours. I'm drinking some tea and I'm attending classes. How would you say in English?
J'assiste au cours buvant du thé.
En buvant.
En buvant du thé.
So I attend classes while drinking the tea. En buvant. Participe, gérondif. No. Say it in another way. That would be better.
I'm drinking the tea while
While
attending the class.
attending the class. See, this you said I attend classes while drinking the tea. What suits better? I attend classes while drinking the tea or I drink tea while attending the class? Tell me. I feel the second one suits better. I drink some tea en assistant while attending an assistant. Good. Or else I can say en assistant au cours, je bois.
Madame, je crois que tous les deux phrases sont correctes, mais cela dépend sur le contexte.
Voilà, ça dépend sur nous. Ça dépend.
En,
I corrected
de,
you in the dialogue also. We never say ça dépend sur.
de
Exactement. Ça dépend du
la
contexte.
contexte. Oui.
Voilà, ça dépend du contexte.
Qu'est-ce que vous voulez renforcer dans votre phrase?
Voilà, exactement. Mais moi, je pense que, à mon avis, ça, c'est plus correct. I
Oui,
would
c'est
say
plus
that
courant.
I'm drinking the tea while attending the class. So in this case, attending the class is more important. And attending the class, I'm drinking the tea in between. OK?
Oui, madame, c'est bien.
Alors, après, vous faites trop de bruit. Vous dansez à la maison. You make too much noise, you're dancing in the house.
You make so much noise while dancing in the house.
Exactement. Vous faites trop de bruit
En
en,
dansant
en dansant à la maison.
à la maison.
Here, if you say the reverse, it will not suit. You dance in the house while making the noise,
Mhm.
right? Alors, en dansant à la maison, vous faites trop de bruit. Okay, next. J'ai vu une femme. Okay, here. I'm going to write two sentences, okay? Just let me, if you've comprehended well till here, let me know what is the difference between these two sentences. J'ai vu une femme sortant du cinéma et j'ai vu une femme en sortant du cinéma. Quelle est la différence? This difference, I know that here I'm using
Deux
participe and
sujets.
here I'm using gerundive, but I'm asking you what is the difference in meaning?
Il y a deux sujets dans le
Voilà.
premier
Ici, je
phrase.
voudrais dire, I'm saying participe présent. So I wanted to say this. I saw a lady
Mm.
who was coming out or who was exiting from the cinema. So I saw the lady and who was exiting from the cinema?
Femme.
The lady, la femme. I saw a lady while exiting from the cinema
Le même sujet.
because it is gerundive. So I saw the lady and it was not the lady who was exiting. It was me only who was exiting. So just the presence of that's why I was saying that participe présent and gerundive two are they are two different things. Okay. Voilà. Deuxième, c'est pour exprimer la cause. For expressing the cause. Now, when I say for expressing the cause, here it will always answer to your question of pourquoi. Cause is pourquoi. When it answers to your question of pourquoi, let's say, if I say, pourquoi tu as pris froid? Why did you catch cold? Respond to the sentence, using normal one. I caught cold because, alors, j'ai pris
Oh,
froid. Parce que
j'étais joué dehors.
j'ai
J'ai joué dehors.
joué dehors. Ok. En hiver. Right? Now, I caught cold because I played outside in winters. You can also say, en jouant, by playing, en jouant dehors, en hiver, j'ai pris froid. Or, j'ai pris froid en jouant, j'ai pris froid. Or, I can say this also. J'ai pris froid en jouant dehors, en hiver. Okay, these both are correct. But let's say if these are not there, avoid these. Okay. And I say you this, that I caught cold. J'ai pris froid en jouant dehors en hiver. So what would have been your question? Imagine your question. I caught cold by playing outside in the winters. So you will say, why did you catch cold? Right? So when it answers to your question of pourquoi, then it is the second usage of gerundive, which is cause. I'll give you another example. I can say, j'ai pris froid parce que j'ai mangé trop de glace. I ate a lot of too many ice creams. So j'ai pris froid. I got cold by eating en
En mangeant.
trop de glace.
Yes.
Okay. Another. J'ai pris froid parce que je suis sortie sans mon manteau. Without my overcoat. So I caught cold by going out. En sortant. En jouant. En jouant. En mangeant. En sortant. Sans non. Non. En sortant. Or else you can say en sortant sans momento. Let me give you another example. Let's say I say, pourquoi tu es fatigué? Pourquoi tu es fatigué? Respond to this question. Okay, I'm tired because I played football in the morning. Je suis fatigué parce que
J'ai joué
j'ai joué au foot ce matin.
matin.
I can also say, I'm tired by playing. En jouant au foot ce. This is the second usage where you express the false. This third usage is pour exprimer la manière. Manière means way. Now, when talking about the way, it will always answer to your question of comment. How? For example, if I pose you this question, comment vous gagnez votre vie? How do you earn your livelihood? Gagner la vie, that means to earn your livelihood. How do you earn your livelihood? And if you want to say, I earn my livelihood by working hard. So that by working. If I, let's say, hide this question and I normally am saying, I earn my livelihood by working hard. What would be your question? Why do you earn your livelihood or how do you earn your livelihood?
How?
How? That you will have to see. That is the question pourquoi or is the question comment? Alors, je gagne ma vie en travaillant.
Travail dur.
So this is the third usage. Okay. Comment tu peux déménager au Canada? How can you shift to Canada? I can shift to Canada by learning French language.
Je peux déménager au
Déménager
Canada
au Canada
en apprenant
en apprenant.
la langue française.
Voilà, en apprenant la langue française. That's the third usage where it is answering your question of whom. Now, in your book, Saison Other, I'm going to do a question with you. They've just explained you the first usage, as in the simultaneous action, and the third usage, that is common. We are also going to do the fourth usage, but that we are going to do later. I mean, after doing the question. This usage they have not explained, right? So let's do the question first. Saison Other. Voilà, le gérondif. À la page 101. Okay. Now here, you have to join the two sentences. Like for example, he did the work. He went to the consulate. So he did the work by going en allant. Now here, can you see they have just explained the two usage. One is au même moment, at the same moment, and another is la manière. So that means if you logically think that the questions that Must has given you will be based on either this one or this one. Now, can you tell me which usage is this? He did the work by going to the consulate. Is it the same moment, simultaneous action, or is it answering your question of how?
How?
How? Because the question would have been how he did the work. He did the work by going to the consulate. Right? So this is manière. Now, what you're going to do, you will join the two sentences here. That means you are going to change basically you're going to reformulate the sentence. Vous allez reformuler les phrases avec les gérondifs. And when you do that, also write which usage of gérondif it is. Is it the same moment or is it the manière? I mean, it could have been the second one also, but since they have not explained it to you over here, they must not have given you the question. Allez, je vous donne 5 minutes. Allez-y. Il a pensé à toi quand il a pris l'avion. Allez. He thought about you when he took the plane.
Il a
Il a
pensé
pensé à toi en prenant l'avion.
Exactement. He thought about you while taking the plane. Alors, en prenant. Il a pensé à toi en prenant l'avion. Même moment ou manière?
Même moment.
Simultaneous, exactement. Même moment. Nous avons changé notre image du pays, nous avons vécu là-bas.
Nous avons changé notre image du pays. Ayant
Participe présent, sorry, gerundive can never exist. Like here, you had two possibilities, no? You can say comprenons also, you can say ayons compris also. Both are correct. But with participe présent, you cannot have that. You can only have this. So it would be en. Le verbe, c'est vivant, vivre.
uh,
En
Vivo.
vivant.
Vivo.
So we changed our image of the country by living there. En vivant là-bas. Même moment, manière.
Manière.
Manière. Because the question would have been how you changed the image of the country. Quand je suis arrivée, j'ai été vraiment surprise.
J'étais vraiment surprise en arrivant.
Yeah. Or you can say en arrivant, j'ai été vraiment surprise. Même moment ou manière?
Même moment.
Même, same moment. Je me suis préparée, j'ai lu des livres. I prepared myself, I read the books. Je me
Je
suis
me suis préparé en lisant des livres.
by reading the books. Même moment ou manière?
Manière.
Manière.
How you prepared yourself. And here they have already answered, it's common. So, vous vous adapterez bien
En apprenant.
en apprenant. Vous vous
La langue.
adapterez bien en apprenant la langue
La
locale.
langue locale.
Clear?
Voilà.
Now, let's do the fourth usage of this. Okay. The fourth usage is pour exprimer la condition. Here it will replace the si clause. For example, si j'habitais à la campagne, if I lived in the countryside, I would drive. So you can avoid this if I live by saying living in the countryside, by living in the countryside. So en habitant à la campagne, je conduirai. Another example. Nous arriverons à l'heure si nous partons de bonne heure. So we will arrive on time if we leave early. If we will leave early. So we will arrive on time by leaving early. Allez, en partant de bonne, pardon, de bonne heure. If it is not clear, so basically I want to say that you can avoid the C clause. You can reframe your sentence where you have C clause by using the by using the gerundive of that. Clear? Now I'm going to send you some images on the Telegram channel for the gerundive. Wow. Avec les corrections. Now this one you're going to do at home. Check your answers, and if you have any problems, you can ask me in the next class. Over here. So you need to join the two sentences using gerundive. Like, she is going out from her house. She called a taxi. So she called a taxi while going out from her home. Elle a
House.
appelé un taxi en sortant de chez elle. Same time. My grandfather snores. He sleeps. So my grandfather snores
While sleep.
while sleeping. En dormant. Right? If you look at the next one, certain automobilists drive and call at the same time. How can you reframe the sentence using gerundive? Certain automobilists call while driving. Isn't it? Certains automobilistes téléphonent en conduisant. Why do you hesitate? This one example I've already given. Why do you hesitate when you choose a gift? Why do you hesitate?
While.
While choosing, exactement. Pourquoi hésites-tu en choisissant un cadeau? Here, it's como, the third usage. How you stay active? Je reste en forme by doing jogging. Je reste en forme en faisant du jogging. So this is all comment. You need to reply. This is pourquoi. You need to reply to this question by using gerundive and the answers are given here. Right? And the correct answers are over here. You can just check it and let me know. Clear till here?
Oui, madame.
Oui.
Now, you have some very good questions of participe présent and gerundive in your 450 exercises intermediate. Intermédiaire. Voilà, à la fin, à la page 177. Right. So first they've just explained you how to use how to make participe présent. Then you need to underline the participe présent. Then these are all the questions like qui plus verb can be avoided by participe présent. How can you avoid the, the cause one, com, right? Now this one we can do. Few we can do. There are 4 usages of gerundive. One is simultanéité, another is cause, which is pourquoi, another is condition, which is si, and next is manière, which is comment. I'll say a few sentences, you let me know which usage of gerundive it is. En prenant l'autoroute, ce serait plus rapide. By taking the highway, it will be more rapid.
Como?
Comment? Yes. How it will be more rapid? But there is one more which suits better.
Cause.
Why it will be more rapid? Just to know. Condition suits better. If we take autoroute, it will be more rapid. Si on prend l'autoroute, ce serait plus rapide. Sometimes you will get confused between two. Then you will have to see which one suits better. Now here the confusion is between how it will be more rapid, manière, or the condition. See, if we take highway, it will be more rapid. By taking condition suits better. Il a appris l'italien en écoutant des cassettes.
Como?
Comment? Comment il a appris l'italien? How he learned Italian? By listening to the cassettes. Okay. Sophie écrit en dessinant bien ses lettres. Sophie writes while drawing her letters. Sophie writes while drawing the letters. Simultanéité. Two actions happening at the same time. Vous prenez des risques en conduisant si vite. You take risks by driving. You're taking risks by driving so fast.
Simon? No.
Think of
Co.
Como would be like if you say how you are taking risk. Or cause would be why you are taking risk. And condition would be you are taking the risk if you are driving so fast. Which suits the best. The answer is
Okay.
condition. This is how
Condition.
it is. Okay. So this is about it. I've already sent you this book on the Telegram channel. As far as I believe, I have sent it. If by chance I have not, please let me know. I'll send it to you again. So that's about it. Now, I'm going to introduce you to the TEF book. How is the market? So see, till now, what have I done? I have done speaking section A. I have done writing section A. In the upcoming class, I'm going to explain you speaking section B, right? What will be left is writing section B, right? Till now, what I have not introduced you to is reading and listening. That I'm going to do right now. So be all ears, huh? This is important. I'll show you how the score is calculated, how much score do you need, how many correct questions should you attempt in order to get your desired score, which is B2+. Okay. starting from compréhension écrite, which is reading section. Compréhension écrite, CE, it is the reading section. Alors, you get 60 minutes, right? Complete 1 hour. You need to attempt 40 questions in 60 minutes. All are QCM. Qu'est-ce que c'est QCM?
Multiple
Question.
choice questions.
Voilà, question à choix multiple.
Mhm.
So in the reading and in the listening section, you do not get open-ended questions. You only get MCQs. Okay. And for each MCQ, you would have 4 options. Out of them, 1 is correct answer. Right? Maximum marks is 300. You're given marks out of 300. Correct? Divide 300 by 40. 300 marks, 40 questions. Divided. You get 7.5. That means it's not the complete number. So when students ask me, does that mean that each question carries 7.5 marks? No. That is not revealed by CCIP Paris. This exam is conducted by CCIP Paris. This has not been revealed by them, that which question carries how many marks. And during the exam also, it will not be written. This is their thing. Okay, they have not revealed anywhere. So I feel that depending upon the level, that can be the only possibility, right? So 300 marks for 40 questions. Talking about comprehension orale. I'll show you the scorecard also. Comprehension orale, CO, listening. Here, just 1 second. Okay. Here you get about 40 to 42 minutes or 43 minutes. Why do I say that 40 to 42 minutes or 43 minutes or might be 45 minutes? Reason being that first of all, the audios that they're going to give you, that might vary. I mean, some audios are maybe 1 minute, some audios are 1 minute, 15 seconds. Okay. Another thing is, what was another thing? Yeah. Let's say when I gave the TEF examination in one room, there were 3 people, right? That depends from center to center. Sometimes there are 2 students, sometimes there are 4 students in one room, depending upon the centers that they have. I mean, the systems that they have in one room, because it is ETEF. So now there were 3 students and there is no chance of cheating. Why? Because all 3 of them would have different paper. Just, you must have appeared for EILs, no? Computer-based CBT. That's what we say for IELTS. Computer-based test. Have you appeared for it?
We will.
Yes, madam.
So all the students who are sitting in IELTS, all of them have different papers. Why? Because when you take the computer-based test, there's no examiner sitting who has... So there is an examiner sitting. There is not an examiner sitting who is making your paper. There is a pool of questions which is there in the system, and just yeah, there is a pool of questions from which, when you sit for the exam, the system automatically prepares the paper, right? So 40 to 42 minutes. Now here you have to attempt 40 questions, right? Maximum marks are out of 3, right? Now, compare, this is the new format. Yes, this also I forgot to tell you. Starting from 11th of December 2023, the TEF pattern was changed, right? When we talk about the TEF pattern was changed, the TEF pattern was changed in terms of reading and listening. In terms of speaking and writing, it was the same and it is the same. There's no change in writing and speaking module. Changes have come up in the reading and the listening module. Right. For that also, I have uploaded 2 videos on my YouTube channel. One is what are the changes in the reading section and what are the changes in the listening section. And also the marking system also changed. That also I'll explain you, right? Now, if I compare it to the previous pattern when I appeared for TEF, here it was 60 minutes only, it was 40 to 42 minutes only. But in reading section, you had to attempt 50 questions. And in listening, you had to attempt 60 questions. Now they have reduced from 50 to 60 to both of them 40 questions. Sorry. Up till here, it's clear. If there is any doubt, you can ask. All right. Now let's move to a scorecard. I'll show you. Did I tell you about the Facebook group and the WhatsApp? I think I told you.
Yes.
So I'll open the Facebook group only, the same one. And 1 second. Login, hold on, please. Please, you'll have to give me 1 minute, I think. Wait. So, now. So I've logged in from my ID and this is the group. Comment se préparer au TEF, TCF. And now let's just take any scorecard of any student to understand how is it calculated. This is TCF. This is a scorecard of TCF. We are talking about TEF. Let's take this. Okay. So now, can you see that there are two scores? One is équivalence ancien score and another is the score which is calculated out of 699, right? Now, do you see comprehension écrite, which I was telling you that in the reading section, you are given marks out of 300. And in comprehension orale, you get marks out of 360. And in expression écrite and expression orale, you get marks out of 450, right? What you need is for the 50 points that you need for your Canadian Express entry is NCLC 7 that you need, minimum. After that, that's yours. So, of course, this person has cleared it. Now, can you see here the scores are bifurcated? I mean, the scores are different. Maximum marks, this is out of 300, this is out of 360, this is out of 450, this is out of 450. So, they're different. Now, what they have done is just to maintain a symmetry, they've calculated the score in the same ratio out of 699. So these are all out of 699. So whether you see this or this is in the same ratio. This they have just done so that it is in the same order. While you enter your score in, express entry, while applying for it, you enter this score. Okay. Right. So now talking about how much score do you need minimum? For that, I had uploaded a YouTube video. Let me open my video. If you search new CLB score chart, right. Here it is. So this I've compared in This is how we used to get. I mean, if I'll show you my scorecard, it used to be this way. Okay. NCLC was not written. This was previous one. Now, see, as per the ancient format, CLB 7, this is the minimum score. All the score is out of 699. So the minimum, if you see for CLB 7, what is the minimum score that you needed?
450.
450, right? It was symmetrical. So you right. So basically out of 699, you needed a score of 450 minimum for having CLB 7. Right? But now as per the new format, this is the new format. Now talking about the reading, for CLB 7 from 450, they have reduced to 434. For writing, from 450, they have reduced to 428. For listening, see, for reading and listening, it's same, 434. And for speaking, they've increased a slight, by slight from 450, it has gone to 456. That's also a very slight change, right? So majorly, it was a good news because majorly the score had gone down, right? The more you attain, the more, I mean, the more score you will get, but that 50 points you get. And for the express entry for French proficiency draws, they see CLB 7. If CLB 7 is there in all the 4 modules, it suffices, right? If you get, let's say in 3 modules, you've got CLB 7, but in 1 module, you've got CLB 6. So that means you will have to reappear for all the 4 modules together. I mean, again, right? Now talking about this person who is in comprehensive écrit, the person has got 565. That means in reading 565. So it falls under this one, no? 565. So that means it's CLB 10 or NCLC 10. That's the same thing. Now, listening 572. Again, listening 572, CLB 10. Right? So that's how you calculate your score. This is the minimum score that you need. Now the question arises, how many students ask me that for getting CLB 7, how many correct questions should I attempt? From out of 40 questions, how many correct questions should I attempt so that I get my CLB 7? Well, there is no one answer to this because how do I say, the questions are not bifurcated equally in terms of marks. So that I cannot really say you, but in your book, hold on. In your TEF book, this one, the TEF book, if you open the answer booklet of this book and you go to the last page, they have given you an idea. Right. So this is the answer booklet. And here, the last page, they have given you a rough idea. I'm not able to rotate it. But anyways, if you can, you'll have to tilt your head a bit. Can you see? Nombre de bonnes réponses. This is for reading and listening both. See, CE, for lexic and structure, this test you don't appear for. You have to appear for CE and CU. So reading and listening, both of them, the grids are same. Now you have to get about B2 level. So about 22 to 28 questions should be correct. This is a rough estimate. Okay. Now, I'll show you something. Give me 1 minute. Right. Okay. Now, as per the score grid, CLB 4 and CLB 5 are both B1 level. And CLB 6 and CLB 7 both are B2 level. Right? So, if you see I'll explain. So, in order to divide it, we say CLB 4 as B1 level, CLB 5 as B1 plus level, CLB 6 as B2 level, and CLB 7 as B2 plus level. So what do you need? You need B2 or B2 plus?
B2 plus.
B2 plus, right? So if you look at the ancient scorecard, this is how the ancient scorecard used to be. Here, if it's written B2, that doesn't mean that the person is qualified. That you will have to check through this, because B2 can mean B2 also, B2 can mean B2 plus also, right? So that you will have to see. Like, for example, the student has got, from the ancient format, the student has to get 450 minimum. So here the student has qualified. If, let's say, the score would have been below 450, let's say 449, then also it would have been written B2. You know why? Because CLB 6, 449 is CLB 6, then also it is B2 level, right? So what you need is not B2 level, what you need is a B2 plus level. Correct? Understood? Now, I was explaining you something. Right. So when I say 22 to 28 questions should be correct for B2. Now you need B2 plus level. So I would say talk on the higher side. 27 or 28 questions should be correct. Because for 20 to 23 questions, if you do correct, then you will get B2. For B2 plus, the higher side. Look at the higher side. Right? So this is about it for this. I had also uploaded a reel on, the YouTube short. I'll show you that as well. Right. So if I show you my shorts, here it is.
Bonjour tout le monde et j'espère que vous allez bien. With the new pattern of TEF Canada examination, a lot of students have posed me this question. In order to self-evaluate the reading and the listening module of TEF examination, out of 40 questions, how many correct answers should we attempt in order to get the CLB 7, or I should say in order to get the B2 plus level? While there is no one correct answer to this question, as it is not revealed by CCIP Paris, there is a rough estimate which is given in the new TEF book which reveals this. And as per this, in order to attain a B2 level, out of 40 questions, you should have about 22 to 28 correct answers, both in the reading and the listening modules. Now, since CLB 7 is a B2 plus level, in my idea, you should have about 26 to 28 correct answers in order to attain a CLB 7 level, that is B2 plus level. And this rough estimate holds true for both reading and the listening module, that means compréhension écrite and compréhension orale. Hope this will help in self-evaluating your level while solving the TEF Canada sample papers. Merci.
Does it help? Is it clear?
Oui, madam.
Oui, madam.
Now, in upcoming class, of course, we are going to start with the TEF book. I'll see. Not in tomorrow's class, I think from next to next class. I'll start giving you the questions from this. At least the initial questions. I'll explain you first that what are the type of the questions. If you want to know it beforehand, then I've already uploaded the video, 2 videos on YouTube channel. One is what are the changes in the reading section and what are the changes in the listening section. So there I've told that, okay, in the first type of document, what type of question, the second type of, although I'll explain you in the classes, right? So we will start solving the questions, right? And here I stop the recording.